Hi, my name is Inna. For this assignment, I chose the lesson Farmers raise sheep to shear wool and produce clothes out of it. This lesson is a part of the unit The Importance of Farms. This lesson covers the questions: why do farmers raise sheep? Is it difficult to produce clothes out of wool? It is a lesson for English language art. It promotes reading, listening, and speaking. The desired outcomes of the lesson. The students will be able to identify that sheep are raised on the farm for producing wool. The students will be able to sequence the steps of producing clothes out of sheep's wool. The students will be able to understand the importance of hard work. Along these outcomes, the activities of the lesson promote literacy in general. Some of them promote phonological awareness, gaining vocabulary, comprehension, and other aspects. The lesson will begin with the nursery rhyme, "Ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool?" Children love such activities where they need to sing. We're not only going to sing the nursery rhyme, but we will act it out as well. I will use the costumes for acting. I will have the mask for the sheep, the wig for the dame, the brown hat for the master, and we will have 3 bags. Acting out the nursery rhyme will help children to understand the meaning of the song, and it will engage them. It's always fun for them when they are dressed up and they sing. There are some students who may not sing because they're shy or they can't. Maybe English language learners are not yet familiar with the vocabulary, so I will make them the dame, the master, or the girl, and maybe these actors not gonna sing, but to be dressed up will make them feel confident. It will gain their confidence. It will motivate them to participate. It's always fun for the kids. We can switch the roles several times. It's a short song, and then in the end I will ask the students, so what do we need wool for? What are in the bags? And these questions will lead to the reading of the story. I will tell children, now we will read a story about Charlie the shepherd who knows how to shear the wool and make clothes out of it. Pay attention while we read. After the story, you will retell the sequence of the events which Charlie did to make a wool coat. I will also make sure that students understand the meaning of the word sequence. We will discuss the order of the events, of the actions that we did while making the last project or the last assignment. We will use the words first, next, then, last. I just want to be sure that students will be ready for the task so they know what to do. Then we'll start to read. I chose the story Charlie Needs a Cloak by Tommy DePaula. While this text is a narrative, it reads like an informational text and presents a logical set of events. And I love the fact that there is a character Charlie, and students may relate to the character. They may feel sympathized with the fact that he has, in the beginning, he has a shabby, torn cloak and he needs the new one, and then they feel proud of him when he makes a new coat. While reading, I will use different questions. Some of them will be of lower thinking questions that promote memorizing the story. I want to be sure that children recall the information. I want to be sure that they follow the text. I will also use image cards with the big printed words that represent the verbs that are in this sequence of events. I think it will help children a lot, first of all, to promote phonological awareness they're gonna learn, and it will help them to learn the meaning of the words, which will be very helpful for performing the following assignments. And I will use as well also other cards for the vocabulary which we meet in the story. I will pay the attention to the digraphs in the beginning of the words sheep, shear, shepherd. Even though it's not in the primary task of the lesson, we always do this along the way because it helps to promote phonological awareness, to prepare children to read and write. But to get back to the story, I will also ask students medium thinking questions. For example, I will ask them, what do they think? Why did Charlie use berries to color the yarn? So questions like this to make them think and analyze the information. After reading, I will divide the class into 3 groups according to their level. I will need to differentiate instruction for this assignment because I want students to be able to fulfill the task. I want them to feel confident. I don't want them to be lost and upset if they can't do something. At the same time, I don't want gifted students to feel bored. So group number 1, struggling learners, they will work with my support. We will recall the text. I will use image cards, and then we will discuss. It will be collaborative work. We will discuss what Charlie did first, second, third, fourth, last. I will monitor the answers, so I will be able to assess if they reached the goal, the desired goal. Group number 2, the students on the level will work independently. They will have a worksheet. They will need to cut out the images of the actions of producing a coat out of wool and arrange them in order. And group number 3, gifted students, they will create their books where on pages they have to show the steps of Charlie's work. When we finish, I will collect the books and the worksheets, and then we will do the assignment number 3. We will work together. That assignment will be of level 4 of thinking because I will ask the students to answer how do they judge Charlie's work. What do they think? Is it easy or hard to produce clothes out of wool? And they need to give a logical explanation of their answer. That will be a closure to the lesson, and it will reach the goal that the students will be able to sequence, will be able to understand the importance of hard work. I will monitor the answers of the students on the board. If some students will have a dilemma what to answer, I will ask them some questions that will promote their critical thinking, and they will actually come up with the answer. And if some students, for example, English language learners who are shy to answer, are not familiar with the vocabulary, they can draw on the board. I just want them to express somehow their thoughts, and my goal is to make them think and to analyze the information. Overall, I would like to say that this lesson will help them, the children, to cope with the summative assessments in the end of the unit. I want children to gain the knowledge of why farmers raise sheep and what are the sequence of steps of producing clothes out of sheep's wool. So if they reach the goal, and I hope they will, and they will enjoy the lesson. I think they will be able to answer the questions for the summative test in the end of the unit. Okay, thank you for listening. That's all.